Realizing happiness is an inside job is life changing. And I come to this realization in August of 1996. I was working at 3 o'clock in the morning, super tired, and then going to college all day. Well, this night I was going to go visit my parents for dinner, and I was stopped at a light. And this lady drove by who I was married to. And she was jogging with a man who was not me. And even worse, they had our two golden retrievers going, and the dogs seemed happy. Ugh. So I immediately turned back towards the house, parked in the garage, had the doors playing, and closed the garage door, and I was ready to freaking end my life. It had been a lot of trauma, and I had recently come to the realization that having things did not heal trauma, and it did not make us happy. I got to the stage of the suicide attempt where I was coughing, and it was in that moment that I had a flashback moment. I had seen my father cry for the first time when I was 6 or 7 when he took a phone call letting him know his dad had died. And I realized my parents were going to go, why did Jonathan not come to our house for dinner? Go to my house. They would ultimately find my car, and they would find my dead body in it. So that morning at my supermarket job, we had gotten a new health insurance card, and it was bolded on the bottom, for emergencies, call this number. So I decided I at least owed my dad a call to the number on the card. They said, hello. It was either Humana or Cigna. They go, hello, Humana or Cigna. This is Blank and Black talking. How may I help you? And I was like, this is Jonathan Dunn, and I am killing myself right now, and I don't even know why I am calling you. And the person in that moment said, suicide? Did you say suicide? And then they asked if they could put me on hold for just a couple of minutes. It's okay if you're laughing and smiling. That is exactly what I did in that moment, and it saved my life. Because I realized in the darkest moment of my life, which was up to that point, that I was capable of being happy again. And I knew if I was capable of being happy again, I could learn to be happy all of the time. I just had to figure it out. So I hung up, turned the car off, and lifted the garage up. And I was like, holy shit, that was close. But of course, I had no next move planned out. But fortunately, Humana or Cigna did. And, you know, when you fill out for health insurance, they always list the emergency contact. Well, they called my parents. They were my emergency contact. My parents notified 911, and very quickly, ambulance, fire trucks behind me. And I was both horrified and relieved, because I'm like, I can't lie my way out of this. I've got to start being honest and transparent about all the pain I'm dealing with inside. And as sad as it might sound, it was like the first time my parents and me were like honest with one another. Because to me, they were superheroes. I could never go to them, and I was just a lowly piece of shit, you know, da 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 da. So I ended up, you know, at that point, I went and saw a therapist, and they put me on, I think it was Zoloft for like 6 months, but not as a permanent solution, as a bridge to get through the grief. But once again, that was the moment of my life when I made the realization happiness is a choice that comes from within, and we just simply have to choose it every day, no matter what is going on. And obviously life has ups and downs. If you're here, you probably saw the Chi-Chi story. The grief was not over at that point, but I've been on the journey. And I just encourage you all to start the journey yourself today. And, you know, I've become somewhat of a happiness guru. Life kind of forced it out of me, I suppose. And, you know, tune into our channel every morning. I'm giving tips on that, tips on how to be better at business, tips to how to be closer to God and better at your relationships. But ultimately, I just want to do my part to see people win, because I know most people have gone through even worse struggles than myself, and I got a heart for you, and I love you all, and give us a follow.